Welcome to part one of this series, Worst Things I've Ever Seen as an Emergency and Rural Doctor. My name's Dr. Ash Bowden and I've been in Australia for just over 6 years now, working mostly in emergency. Before that I worked in the NHS, that's in the UK, and I spent a very short elective period in Tanzania working in a hospital over there. This is the case of the dangly legs. A gentleman was brought into a resus bay and he had jumped from a tree to try and get into, I think, a hotel or a bar or something like that. He was high on some illicit drugs, and when he had landed, he had broken both legs, both bones in both legs. That's your tibia and fibula. He was brought in on an ambulance stretcher, and he was really happy. He was having a laugh with the paramedics as he came in. You wouldn't have known that he was injured. And when we went to move him from the ambulance stretcher to the resus bed, we had multiple hands so that no one gets hurt. And as we went to lift him up, his feet didn't really come with him. If you've ever seen those horrible videos where football players have got injured and they've broken their legs and it sort of goes floppy in a place that it's not supposed to, well, that's what happened. And it made a lot of people feel really nauseous. In fact, there was one nurse that went pale and had to lie down. It was like we lifted up his body and his lower limb just didn't come with him. We then had to quickly put our arms under that. He got some x-rays and after that had to be placed in what's called a long leg cast. So a plaster from his thigh all the way down to his foot to make sure it's kept nice and still, and then he's transferred to the orthopedic team where they'll probably do surgery. Quite a simple case, but definitely one that made me feel a bit nauseous. Now don't forget to click follow if you want to hear more medical stories and some of the worst things I've ever seen.